pass me one of them.
Boom! Every single time.
Just couching it.
It just keeps getting better and better. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm in a good mood. It's my birthdays. It's my birthdays.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nate.
Thank you. I don't see you commenting.
13
Where's my birthday? Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude. Fucking 34, dude. Getting old. I got some grays.
You're in your podcasting prime, dude.
Oh, no, I haven't peaked yet.
That's true.
We got a lot to go. A long ways to go for the podcast.
Yep.
All right. We got Nick, Zach, myself, and our good buddy, Ricky. The Bears Den Leen.
Ricky, that's an old one.
Ricky, yeah. Do you go by Rick now?
For like 15 years.
Shit. Well, you're always gonna be Ricky to me. So
Yeah, it's cool. You and my sisters are the only people allowed.
Oh,
Nice.
I'll take that.
I take it back.
All right. It's like people.
Let's get into the episode. So, me and Ricky have a long relationship. We kind of like if you guys have ever seen the movie Wedding Crashers, like, it's a ritual. Like
Yeah.
he brought the sleeping bag to work. Like every single one of our birthdays. I think it was your birthday, Christmas.
My birthday. Yeah.
You'd come over to my house. We'd have a sleepover.
Legit.
It was dope as fuck. And yeah, so he has a podcast called The Bears Den.
The Chicago Bears.
The Chicago's Bears Den, and we will link that in the description below. But he's the one who kind of got me to jump on the podcast train, and thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, because we're here now. I think we're 15, 16 episodes in, and
We got quite a few.
yeah, it's all up from here.
Some
Yeah,
on the hanger
rolling.
just waiting to fly.
So your podcast is doing pretty good now.
It's solid. Season 3 just kicked off, leading up to the draft.
And what's your upload schedule like? Because ours is kind of rough right now, but we're getting there.
So our regular episode is recorded Monday night, and wee hours of Tuesday morning it goes live. Typically, I try to have it fully edited and posted by 11 p.m.-ish, but sometimes it's 1 a.m.-ish.
Yeah, I get that. And what do you just talk about the Bears on there mainly, or?
Yeah, the Bears, the NFL, things that affect the Bears, typically. Justin Fields is a big topic right now. We're really excited about that.
I was just...
We can jump right into this.
Literally, like an hour ago, we were talking about it, and I was just like, I want to know what he has to say about Justin Fields.
Are you one of those, you guys have a running back for a quarterback, guys? Oh, you are. You just don't want to say it because you're being polite.
Wait.
See, I think Justin Fields is not in the correct position.
He is. He has one of the most beautiful deep balls. He just doesn't have enough time to get it off.
See, and that's the thing. I remember watching that Chicago 49ers game in the rain last year where he went off, and that, like, he's shown he can be the guy, but man, he's also shown that he's...
Justin Fields is not like a running back for quarterback, in my opinion. I think he...
See, I don't think he's like that, like the Cam Newton style and all that, like, because he's pretty small, I feel
think
like.
he's just got a ways to go with his like decision making, when to take and run, versus when to throw, when not to force a throw. It's just the decision making's not there yet.
And the time you have before you need to start moving your feet.
I think there's potential there, but what's going on with him?
Yeah, I have no idea. That's what I was...
I want to ask this question. Why does everybody say that Trevor Lawrence gets a break on his rookie year because he had Urban Meyer, but nobody goes, Matt Nagy was also a complete idiot? Well, what's up with that? Why doesn't Justin Fields get an excuse like Trevor Lawrence does?
See, I don't know. I guess you did. There was a lot more negative news about Justin Fields for sure. I guess my personal opinion was like I thought Trevor Lawrence was a flop too this season. Like compared to what he was doing, where was he at? Clemson. Yeah.
That's college ball though.
Right. And that's the thing is it's college ball. Now you're in the big leagues and it is a lot different. And he didn't do it's just I didn't watch too many games, but it wasn't outstanding by any means.
Yeah, I mean Trevor Lawrence has a completely rebuilding franchise around him.
Right.
A lot of great pieces out there. I think the Jaguars are a favorite now to win the AFC South. I think the Chicago Bears are probably second in the NFC North. The Detroit Lions are coming along really well. They've got like a year ahead in this rebuild process if you don't count the Matt Nagy year for Justin Fields.
Let me ask this. Let me just drop a bomb on everyone. Who do you think is going to have better numbers, Jordan Love or Justin Fields this upcoming year?
It's a complicated question.
Yeah.
If you're going to include rushing yards, no doubt in my mind, Justin Fields.
I'd say for rushing yards for sure.
Yeah, I would say so too. The playbook's more that way for him.
Jordan Love had, a game or two that he played against what I think it was like the Seahawks.
He's got a handful of games.
Right, I don't know. I'd have to see him starter.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do like how they're. I watched like his press conference last week, and then he was like, "I'm the guy now. I got to step up and be a little bit more vocal, and take that leadership role and this and that."
Yeah, for sure.
And then Aaron Jones came out right after him and was just like hyping him up like to the moon, and it's like they're training in California or wherever they live together and traveling together and all this stuff, and it is nice to see that, but at the end of the day, you need to see the results on the field when
I could see
when
the
you
Packers
either see a win or a loss next to them.
Yeah,
and when you do have that pressure and that quick decision making, that is going to be the difference, and we'll see.
For sure.
I hope that Jordan Love has a really good season, obviously, because go Pack go. But
right.
But I think we will rely a lot more on Aaron Jones than ever before, and I think that's not a bad thing because Aaron Jones is a fucking G.
I could see the Packers finishing at the top of the division. I could see them finishing at the bottom of the division too. Like
I think
they could really tough. They could end up anywhere.
For the Packers to be at the top.
Yeah, I just don't. It depends on Jordan Love.
The Vikings.
We haven't seen him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It depends on Romeo Doubs. Is he going to improve? Christian Watson, is he going to be?
Yeah, how's everyone going to click? How's everyone going to like?
How are those tight ends going to work
team?
out?
So
tight ends are brand new.
I'm curious to see the Packers rebuilding phase. So
the Packers have the most inconsistent defense in the league too. So it's like it's really hard to tell. They could end up anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
For me, it's a lot of factors going into it. I think Matt LaFleur, I hate to admit it, is one of the best play callers in the NFL right now. He's very creative with his play calling. He's very creative with his playbook. But Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus just put everything in front of Justin Fields that he needs. They grabbed Robert Tonyan.
Yeah.
They grabbed Darnell Wright out of the first round of the draft.
Yep.
You guys went defense. You guys don't support your quarterback the way that
we
you
always
should.
go.
Typical. Is it like AJ Hawk?
Yeah.
Like
Packers always
go defense first, which is
and a tight end
and
somewhere sprung in there, and it's like all right.
I just was listening to
like two tight ends.
Even like the rock of our defense, our star player on defense, Jair Alexander. It's very inconsistent. It's like you get burned by Amon-Ra St. Brown one week, then next week you hold Justin Jefferson to one reception and 17 yards. So it's like...
Can I rip that thing, dude?
Yeah. Yo, Nate, you told me we'd get to talk about some WWE, dude. Some nostalgic WWE. Some SmackDown.
Let me answer the question before we move on too far.
Oh, yeah.
I think Justin Fields will have better numbers than Jordan Love. He's got the experience of the speed outside of the two starts. They start off the year and end the year against each other. So that'll be a really cool thing to watch. The beginning year, Justin Fields has Jordan Love. That's a win for the Bears.
I think
100%. The last game of the year, that could be close.
Right. You see the evolution of the teams.
Exactly.
And
But I think Justin Fields throws for 3,400 this year. I think he runs for probably 800 this year. I think that he has about 34 total touchdowns. I think he's going to have that
Oh, that's a big year.
Yeah, I think he's going to have this really big year that puts him in MVP talks this year. He's following a very similar path to that of Jalen Hurts.
I wouldn't go that far.
If you watch their career, a first year where they thought about cutting him because it looked so bad, a second year where he emerges looking like, oh, he can run, and then he's got these flashes of decent passing. Now, this is year 3. I don't think that the team will have the year 3 success of going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's not going to happen. But I think you're going to see
success of him evolve as that leader. And
well, if you have an MVP quarterback, you're definitely a Super Bowl contender.
Contender, maybe. But, I mean, there's been MVPs that don't make it to the Super Bowl but make it into the playoffs, and I think we have a playoff team this year.
Yeah.
NFC North, man.
Yeah, it'll be weird. It'll be just the Lions could be really good too. It's just
I used to be a Lions fan.
God,
that's
dude,
get out of here.
We'll cut that part out.
For your reputation.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
It's all right. There was a point in my life where I was a Seahawks fan too.
See, I was I love the Detroit Red Wings. I was a big hockey guy when I was young. And when I started watching football, I was like, Detroit. But
hockey's big in Manitowoc. That makes sense.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, there's a team right in Green Bay called the
more
Green
you say
Lanterns.
Detroit, the less I.
Hockey's pretty big in Madison too, isn't it?
Chrysler.
I mean, it's
College teams.
It's not big in Madison, but we have one of the best.
Oh, for Wisconsin.
Yeah, we have one of the best college teams. We have the Madison Capitals, which are so.
Yeah.
It's very political. My brother-in-law played for the Madison Capitals for a short stint.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm not going to get into that because that's not my story to tell.
Right.
For sure.
But, yeah. Madison Capitals are all right. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's I want to talk about this. So me and Ricky used to have some backyard wrestling matches.
Yeah.
And they weren't violent or anything. We had a trampoline, that was our cage, but we had a boom box. We had walkout songs, bro. We had there's no reason. What did Brian Hunter say? Look at my face. Am I lying? Am I lying? No, my name was The Punk. This is years before CM Punk was on the scene. So I feel like he took my shit. Obviously he didn't because this is before social media.
This is
But I was like, he's took my idea. He didn't steal it from me.
right, but
He just. But so.
clearly you.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't wrestling in the indies while we were kids at all. That never happened.
Not as CM Punk. Yeah, definitely not. Anyways, but what was my move? The puncture, right? And
The
it was
puncture. Yep, I named that, by the way.
yeah. Shout out to Rick.
Play on words. It's a strength of mine.
Yeah.
Well, how did the CM Punk not have the puncture?
Because
He's a fucking loser. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so it was a modified FU, I believe.
No, it's a swing out flapjack. It's a move that's actually used now. We didn't watch many different companies. We never saw it in the WWE at the time. But it's a move. It's a swing out flapjack.
So you go up and then to an RKO, right?
No, not at all.
I'm pretty sure
Your puncture, you had them up, and then you'd swing them out almost like a reverse F5, but you
Yeah,
hold onto the
F5.
leg
That's
and
what it
you'd
was.
flapjack them out.
Yes, sir. That shit was dope, dude.
Bro,
Yeah.
I remember we'd FU people off the swing set as a kid. Like,
and then
just throwing bodies, man.
fucking Rick's. What was your move? It was like
Oh, I ripped everything off.
a modified.
I had the
Rock bottom,
shorty,
right?
the shorty stunner,
Yes, I remember that shit.
and I had the Rick bottom.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I ripped everything off.
That's so good though.
But
that's so good.
The Rick bottom was a swinging side slam. So,
Like you caught you if somebody like dove to do a body press, you catch them and boom down, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, it was good
shit.
times, dude. We would the suplexes on the trampolines. I tell you, that shit's fun. We would do this thing. Ricky would pick me up and he'd just hold me there, and then at the last second, like fucking. Oh man, good times, dude. Good times.
yeah.
One of the buddies that I grew up doing that shit with, he like went on to do like some like amateur like wrestling like that.
Yeah, I got a buddy in Waterloo, Tyler. He's the tag team champion right now in the lower division. I don't know what the division is, but yeah. Do you watch that stuff still?
I will catch recaps and stuff. I haven't watched like regularly. I watched part of Backlash on a slow day, I guess. I don't know. I don't like look to make time for wrestling, but when I hear of like a marquee match, and so I watched most of Backlash. I'm at the 2 co-main events that I really wanted to see, and I had to stop. So I wasted all this time just watching stories. But the Bad Bunny match looked like it was probably a really cool match out there in Puerto Rico, especially. Get that crowd
I heard
really involved.
Carlito Cool came back.
He did, yeah. I saw that on Facebook.
Is that the guy that spits
Yeah.
apples at people?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so cool because he debuted and he won the U.S. title
The U.S. title,
from
yeah.
John Cena. That was his debut.
Yeah. Him
what?
winning the U.S. title in his debut match. Santino Marella, he won the Intercontinental in his debut match. And I believe they're the only 2 people to win those titles in their debut match.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yo.
Dude, that's not cool. And then he spits the apple, dude. It's
face.
so good.
Of the people that don't want to be cool.
Yes, dude. All right, good shit. What else we got?
Dude, you guys had to play the video games too a little bit.
Oh,
so
dude.
much.
SmackDown
so
versus
much.
Raw.
We beat every like video game in days, not like months. In days, we would beat every video game after it came out. WrestleMania 18 for the GameCube, WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube, SmackDown vs. Raw, SmackDown vs. Raw 2, and like every iteration that came out after that for like 8 years. We would just
We were
get it.
into that shit.
Well, I should say Nate would get it because only child. you know?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, we beat all of those games. I played 2K24. I think they're on 2K24. I played that 4 nights ago. I could beat anybody here at some wrestling video
I bet
games.
you
right now.
could.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I used to get down on the UFC games. I think
Yeah, those were tight.
I think
I still play them.
like it was called UFC 3. It was before the undisputed ones. It was the submissions were how fast you could mash the buttons instead of like a stupid mini game. And dude, I had this technique where I would just like
You roll it.
go diagonal, so you're hitting 4, 8, 6,
Yeah.
12, 6, like. And
Use like
dude,
your knuckle and you just roll over it. Yeah.
I had the biggest
Oh,
blister right here, and it just
man.
turned into
dude.
callus.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then they switched it to the stupid little games, and I was like,
Are you trying to blame your masturbation blister on video games? Is that what's
It's about
"No, that was on the other side of
probably
the
why
thumb."
it was so
Your-
like
your bangs so
natural to just be like, hey, I'm winning.
I got this.
I'm hitting this submission, bro.
My game. How'd you do that so fast?
Quick. It's always quick.
I'm always fast.
Yeah, dude. I know what I need.
If you're not first, you're last, baby.
Yeah, no, I don't think that was a UFC game, though. I think that was an MMA game. Because
No.
I think the first UFC game was UFC Undisputed. and then Undisputed 2, and then they started all over because a different company bought them, and then I think it was UFC, UFC 2, UFC 3.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But it might have been the second one. I don't remember. It was me and Dane played it
No
all
offense.
the time, dude.
No offense, but that MMA game was booty.
As far
liked
as
it.
GameCube
I had a boxing
goes,
game where you had to tap the button really fast to get up if you got knocked down. You know.
I think
played a lot of that SSX.
Dude.
GameCube, the snowboard game.
played the
Fight
fuck
Night?
out of that, dude. Mac.
Fight Night was
Mac?
a game.
Dude, and
I never played that.
NBA Street.
It's a
Who was your guy,
I don't even know.
dude? I played Mac.
I didn't see. That's the thing. My buddy, it was my roommate. He like modded his Wii to have all that GameCube games and all this shit. So we literally would sit up and just drink all night in our dorm room and play SSX and
It's key to rock
NBA. What is it? Street 3.
NFL Street I
Dude,
played.
Chocolate Thunder. That was my dude.
NFL Blitz.
NFL Street was the shit,
Yeah.
dude.
It does not hold up. I played it again recently,
Really?
and I was like, man, this game used to be so cool.
Tony Hawk Underground 2, that shit was banging.
Yeah.
too. I played
Game.
so much of that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'd have the cheat code where you could do like the unlimited grind,
Yeah.
and you just sit there and like
That
get up, go downstairs, get something to eat, come back up, and he's still just like, and it's just like
I did that.
sweet experience points.
I'm in Pro Skater 3. Tony Hawk
Yeah,
Pro Skater
yeah.
3. I think I already told the story, right?
I've heard it. I've heard it once.
Have I said it on the podcast?
5 times 7?
So if you go Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3,
I've told it.
if you just go to the cheat codes and you type in popcorn, you unlock all the videos. And then if you go to Friends 2,
Friends 2.
I'm in the
Pro
background
Skater 3.
at Flying Fish, which is a closed skate park. They closed probably like 2006. Fuck, I'm old.
You were a rollerblader back then.
I was a rollerblader. I was rollerblading in a skateboarding game, but I'm in it. I got a fucking shiny helmet on, or I don't remember what it was, but
You know,
Dude, I remember the clip. I can picture it in my head. It's like
Dude.
just a bloop.
it's me and
then
Mike
that's
Martin.
it.
all the dumb shit we did with backyard wrestling, I think rollerblading fucked up my body way more. Like, I remember jumping from your second level balcony in your living room and missing the mattress.
Dude,
That didn't fuck up my knee. As
I
bad.
remember that so.
That was rough. Yeah. We took a short break. For sure.
I was just talking to Nate at work about, like, we used to skateboard down hills through intersections and just I don't know how
We
we
shouldn't
lived
be
through
alive.
it, but I know.
Dude, I broke my thumb. I was getting pulled by a car. It's called a sketch. Fuck.
Sketch.
Yeah. Damn, it's
Sketching.
been a while. And it was Brant driving. We got up to
Of course it was brand driving.
32 miles per hour, and I hit a manhole. So I
Oh,
started
no.
the speed wobble.
Oh, yeah.
So I just fucking jumped
Failed.
and like
Oh no.
I rolled perfect, like a fucking parkour roll. And then I looked down and it was this hand, and my thumb was like fucking purple. And it took me 2 days before my mom was like, "You must go in." And the doctor's like, "All right, so take your right hand. Can you do that? All right, and I'll do the other one." And I was like, he's like, "Yeah, that's broken." So luckily it was my left hand,
Yep.
so that was better. But
Can't believe your nurse mom gave you 2 days.
yeah, and I was driving to school, stick shift.
Oh,
Yeah,
Broken hand.
yeah, and it just fucking. That's that. You can see the scar still. Fucking. Yeah, I've had some spills, dude.
Yeah.
Do you remember Adam? Okay, obviously remember
Yeah.
Adam. But when we were jumping off the deck onto the trampoline, and Adam puts a chair in front of the railing, and he
He got
steps on the
so
chair,
high.
and then he stepped on the railing, and then he jumped. So we would always just go over the railing and like hang on the other side and then jump down. Not too big of a deal. He got an extra 3 feet and he cannonballed that shit. Dude, he bottomed out instantly, bro.
No,
Dude,
that's like a fear. That's
Dude,
so
it was-
scary.
Dude,
His tailbone was fucked.
Dude,
no.
and it was
Oh,
the wind
no.
knocked out.
Hey, that's not
no.
something to laugh about,
It's
man.
not. It's not.
That's like
That sucks.
that's like a fear of mine for sure.
Oh.
Especially like jumping into water and like we were just talking about that yesterday at
the
work.
Pewett's Nest, yeah.
Dude, that's scary for me. Like I don't.
Adam had no control in backyard wrestling. He was like the worst person to wrestle.
Dude, he goes so hard, bro. He'd fucking just whip the shit out. Like, we'd be wrestling, and you know Goldberg, he had the spear. I don't know,
That
but
was Edge.
wouldn't fucking
Edge
that
does
Edge
too,
too. Adam would just spear you out of nowhere. You'd turn around and just like fucking. Oh my god,
Shit.
Yeah.
it was good times.
Do you
dude.
remember when, because wrestling is super fake and everything, I went to spear you, and some girl was there, so I should have known you wouldn't take the fucking bump. And you fucking spinning wheel kicked me in the goddamn face as I'm diving through a spear.
Oh my God.
I can't pull up. You can't pull up because you're doing a spinning wheel kick. You just like blasted me in the fucking face.
My bad,
You
dude.
can't kick that high.
I was probably showing off.
You were always showing off.
Dude, I've had those wheel kicks since a young. That's how I take off tires now
Yeah?
at work.
straight up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I can't, if
I've
there's
seen
a
it.
just fuck. Oh, dude. Makes me feel good.
Dude, you've also like elbowed a tire and been like, ow, that fucking hurt.
Yeah,
Dude, I've
because I
done
hit
that
the
before.
fucking metal
I've
part.
done that before, and then you hit the rim, and it's just like you feel like you're gonna pass out.
Sound like Frieza right there. Did you
throwback.
get into Super at all?
Yeah, I watched Super.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
My God.
I'm still paying for whatever app that is.
What about Naruto?
No.
God,
One Piece?
fuck you. I was gonna say, as soon as you said Super and you looked at me, I was like, you didn't watch Naruto. I know you didn't watch Naruto. If you're a Dragon Ball dude, you probably,
I have seen episodes.
yeah.
I can tell you that I have
Naruto's
a
a more
child that
family-
thinks it's pretty cool, so
Naruto's
good for
a
you.
family friendly. Yeah.
I like One Piece now.
Oh, I love Naruto so much.
I can't talk any anime outside of Dragon Ball Z and Bleach.
Bleach. I've heard of that.
But I've watched like Attack on Titan's Money. I started watching Demon Slayer. That's pretty good.
Demon Slayer, I saw an episode or two
Demon
of.
Slayer
It looked legit.
They added it to Netflix,
Yeah.
so I was watching it. It's pretty. It's intense. It's really intense. But
Yeah.
it's good. One of those like I don't. That's one of those where Hannah gets home from work and she's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, she's like, "This is a cartoon." I'm like, "Well, it is, but
Yeah.
it's Demon Slayer, so
I played the game.
the name
was dope.
speaks for itself."
Yeah, I walked in and saw my stepson watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, and then you sit down and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
All right. All right.
Yeah, it's
That was Attack on Titan too. That one, if you like Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan's a really good one to watch. It's really like left field, kind of gory, but just the story's like, ooh, yeah. And they just like came out with the last season, I think, recently on that one, which I have yet to.
Yeah. I want to watch that League of Legends show that you were telling me
Oh
about.
yeah, dude, Arcane.
Arcane. That looks
That's good.
dope. I saw the trailer. Or the little thing that plays when you like hover over it or whatever. But
Do you play any League?
no.
dude, I've gotten
should.
super into that.
I got friends that like tried for a long time to get me to play, and honestly, I am not good enough with a keyboard, first of all, and I don't have the patience to learn a new game. I only have so many hours with all my
Yeah.
kids to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
video
yeah,
games.
yeah.
I only buy video games that I cannot win. I'm talking Madden, I'm talking 2K
Yeah.
NBA, I'm talking 2K WWE, just
Right.
things that go forever.
Right.
Because I only have so many hours, I'm not going to spend
Right, you can get a
60
quick
and
game in
even now like
instead of, like,
$100 to play a game.
Yeah,
And then
it's
beat it
stupid.
in 4 weeks and be like, well,
Yeah,
guess I got to go spend another $100.
I hear
no,
that.
fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm already pissed enough that I can't just spend like $20 to download a new roster on the Madden.
Right.
Why do I need a whole new fucking game? Just give me the roster.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't
Exactly.
change enough for me to
Just
get a new game.
That's how they get you to buy the next one.
3.
That's with the UFC at least. They'll update fighters and shit.
Because all the Madden games and all the 2K games is the same game every year. It's just different rosters, to be honest. And 2K, that game, I give that game like 3 stars, and I loved the 2K games. That game, they should not have tried to incorporate the skateboarding. They shouldn't have tried to make your dude a rapper and put these whack-ass bars in the game. And then they just tried to do too much.
They made your dude a rapper? I missed that part.
He didn't get that far, man.
No,
you
I
gotta
didn't.
play this-
You got to win over the city.
yeah,
And
you gotta go skateboard around to Timbuktu and
Yeah.
find the number one fan.
Dude, that was weird in the NBA the 2K game where you had to go around and do trick shots and
You
you
just
had to
got
go
all
around
these
and
kids that
it's like
put their
why do I
pen-
have to go around on my skateboard and do trick shots? I thought this was a basketball game.
Dude, and then people
it's
just
really
pay,
bad,
and it's
too.
pay to play. It's pay
Yeah.
to play.
Skateboarding shit in there was so fucking bad.
Yeah.
You got to spend money
The
on VC to
ollieing
compete
was so
with
hard
anybody.
to figure out.
Yeah. It's like,
And then you like hold it to get an extra and it's like wait, so you have to ollie and then do a trick and yeah.
Yeah, that was bonk.
Which the mechanics behind that game were very difficult for the skateboarding.
To be fair, they are making those games for people that weren't around for Tony Hawk Pro Skating
Right,
that understand what actual
I know.
skateboarding
Yeah,
mechanics are. Like
Dude.
we're used to having to go at a specific angle. They're like, no, just jump at the rail. Like what would make you flip over the rail,
Right.
and we'll just move you down this rail.
yeah.
that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's so
Dude, you
dumb.
ever-
We're
play the
kind of
skate
spoiled
games?
with skate games.
Yeah, I couldn't. So that was
Skate game?
Xbox,
Yeah. Yep.
and
Skate
I was
3?
PlayStation. So
Skate
by the
3, you
time I
had
got
like
a
the
Xbox-
board.
Yeah.
The Connect and dude, that shit was hard.
It's
'Cause
super
I was
realistic.
not good with skateboarding. So my buddy, he had the board and it's like a mini snowboard almost.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah. And it's pretty hard because you have to be good at skating.
Yeah.
And I'd be on there and I'm like, dude, I can't do anything. Like I need a controller. Can I play with the controller?
Right. Give me the controller.
Dude.
Yeah.
What?
I was decent at skateboarding at one point. Decent.
I was ass.
Better
I was
rollerblader.
As a
ass.
Sure.
longboarder.
I was
Give me a
gonna go
longboard
with
and I'll just cruise around.
Cruising.
I was not good at either. I just was there because all my friends were there.
You were not
I wasn't
terrible at
no, like I
rollerblading.
wasn't busting my ass every time I dropped in, but like I have just been born with a level of fear that I could not abandon. And so it's
Yeah,
like,
but-
oh no, you
And the
can't
commit-
you can't
yeah,
land
you-
like that. You have to land backwards. What?
Yeah.
The fuck I do. I'm not gonna land backwards going down a ramp. I have a life.
You had this fucking somersault shit off a tree down on the ground though. That was sick. You remember that? You would like run up to the tree,
Oh yeah,
kick it, and then turn
was-
around and do like a.
I mean, nostalgically, that may seem really cool, but that's like something that I would now watch one of my kids go, good job, buddy.
No, that shit was dope, dude.
Yeah, no. It was literally just a kick off a tree and a somersault on the
But-
ground. If I would have backflipped off the tree,
But
I
it
would have
was
been like,
like-
yeah, when I could do that,
yeah.
that was pretty fucking cool.
It was like a swanton. Like it was like a late flip though. Like you put
Yeah.
your head out there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta give yourself
You gotta
more
show, yeah,
You're
you gotta
diving
get
into
over
a
the
roll.
show, yeah.
credit. Yeah. That's funny.
it wasn't that cool. But I appreciate it. You
was-
tell your generations and generations.
It was so cool, dude. It was so cool.
I can see it. I can see it.
All right. Let's
It's like some Naruto shit.
talk a little bit here. I did not know that you were a Celtics fan, but congratulations on making it to the conference finals.
In
2 years in a row.
What do you got?
As far as do we make it or not?
Yeah, and then also Denver Nuggets versus Lakers. You can start with that if you want.
Now that I know you're a Celtics fan, I kind of want to not
gonna be
pick your
Boston and
brain
LA.
super hard, but like you're being down only a game, which isn't obviously through a series of 7. That's not a huge deal, especially being the Celtics. What do you do about Jimmy Butler? The Bucks couldn't do anything about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about Jimmy Butler.
Right, like
Jimmy
dude,
Butler has to beat Jimmy Butler. He has to get in his own head and fall apart.
Dude's insane.
Yeah. You just need to do what the Celtics were doing, and their 3-point shooters need to not hit as high of a percentage as they did.
Right.
Like,
and that's the thing. If the Celtics are hitting their shots and they're playing their game, Marcus Smart should be able to get in Jimmy Butler's head a little bit.
Why'd he leave in the third quarter?
What?
He went to the locker room in the middle of the third quarter.
I don't pay for TNT, so I have some interruptions when I watch a game.
Yeah, me neither. I don't pay for none of that. So.
Yeah, like allegedly, like crack streams or some shit like that.
Well, most of the games I watch, I just have the ESPN and I just watch the.
But I assume if you like got on one of those like rinky dink,
you would have some.
You might have some streaming issues.
Yes,
may miss 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
Yep. Refreshing,
and then you might come back and just see Smart on the bench, and then go into the locker room going "fuck."
Yeah, that's all I saw. That's all I saw.
It's possible.
Shit.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I think
I'm sure
the
Celtics
are, in my opinion, the best team in the East.
I hope so.
The Bucks had the best record. The Bucks had everything going for them.
We fucked it all up.
They fucked it up. Man, did they fuck it up. And it's like that. Honestly, the Bucks, from my perspective, and I'd probably say from our perspective as a whole, when the playoffs started and the Bucks were coming off of that massive win streak, we were like, okay, we're going to see the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's going to be the game.
I was looking forward to that matchup.
Everyone was just like, we were worried about the Celtics. Everyone was worried about the Celtics because the Bucks had the bye. It's like,
I ain't talking any more Bucks.
But it's like, so that was the team that everyone was worried about on the Bucks side, kind of looking past the Heat, obviously, and then now the Celtics are in the position that everyone expected them to be in, and they're playing the Heat.
Yeah.
Who are doing well.
Yeah.
Are doing really well.
I think a lot of people forgot that the
Boston
Heat,
and LA.
I fucking hope so.
I hope so.
Dude, you want to know why that'd be so crazy? Because it would be 17 versus 17 for the
I want
franchise.
the Heat to win because I like Jimmy Butler.
That's a once in a blue moon.
Jimmy Buckets.
You're never going to have that again.
Dude, he's
I love Jimmy Buckets.
Here's the thing.
It was hard to cheer against them, to be honest.
Yeah, if I have to watch the Celtics lose to a team this year, I'd love to see Jimmy Butler get a championship.
Yeah, same.
Like,
How many
Jimmy
years has
Butler
he been on
deserves
there?
it.
I'm a huge Marquette fan. Like, I love Marquette.
Yeah, and Jimmy Butler's got one of
How
the
long has
best
he been
work
on there?
ethics out there.
Yeah. That's what I was telling Nate is like, I don't know how long he's been in Miami.
Since Derrick Rose won an MVP.
But he's
Not how long he's been in Miami, but how long he's been in the league.
Okay.
in the league. Yeah.
Yeah, he played with Derrick Rose. Damn.
He's been around a few teams. That's why it's like
Not really.
No, I think just two.
Just two.
Really?
Oh no, he did have a small stint in. He actually has been around a few teams.
Around, yeah.
He went to the Timberwolves for that year or two,
Oh yeah.
and then the 76ers. It was just
he was
so
on the 76ers?
Yeah, it was just so uneventful.
He was tossed around a
you
little
forget.
bit there. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't
But-
remember him on the 76ers.
Yeah, he's only been in Miami for 3 years.
He's a
maybe?
G, dude. And I was telling Nate, like a lot of people, like you see interviews and all this stuff, and all these other
that
players.
Kobe
and they're
mentality.
Like, dude, he's the player that has that. Like you put the ball in his hands, and he's
He
gonna
has
put it,
like
He'll make it
assistants that have to get up with him at 4 in the morning.
right. Like he's
got
his
that
regimen
Mamba
is
mentality.
like ridiculous. So
I know I've always been saying the seedings for the playoffs were just all mumbo jumboed because stars don't want to play regular season basketball anymore.
Yeah.
So, you had really good teams that were 8, and you had really kind of bad teams that were 2 or 3, 4. That shouldn't have been. And then the playoffs, everyone played, and it showed true colors of where everyone kind of was at.
Well, Jimmy Butler cannot stay healthy in the regular season
Right.
either, so that's a big factor.
And when you're getting paid to sit at a game, like, yeah, you're not going to rush back. You're just not.
I think Jimmy Butler
What
would.
did he get injured?
Yeah.
It's money. That's how it works. It's a business.
Was it like a
I
leg?
don't know. I don't really follow the Heat too.
Honestly, I
hear the
don't.
question.
I got the
what was
NBA
his
app,
injuries and stuff.
so like I get notifications, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's.
AD don't play many regular season
I guess we'll see
games.
with the Celtics. They have one of the best defenses in the league, and they can shoot the ball when they're hot. They're hot.
Yeah, you just can't have somebody like Vincent hitting, 4 threes?
Yeah, you get like
On
one
4
guy
or
that
5,
goes
Right.
off.
what do you think about Draymond Green saying that there's only 15 players, excuse me, in the NBA that are safe from a Wemby trade? The first round pick that the Spurs are getting. Do you think the Spurs are just going to use him as a
They're
trading
keeping him.
thing, or are they going to actually try
They're
to
gonna
become
play
a
him.
team?
I think that's not true. I think that there's enough ownership and thought process behind the fact that people that size do not stay healthy in a high impact sport like basketball. He comes down on those knees another 100 times, suddenly he's missing 20 games a
Look at
season.
Zion.
Yeah.
Look at Zion. Look at, Yao Ming had his career cut short.
Yeah.
Shaq didn't look the same after about 9-10 years.
Zion blew out of his shoe. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Dude, that in the game.
His shoe just.
I mean,
saw that
if you look at what's his name out in Orlando, he got drafted while injured. Embiid got drafted while injured.
Oh,
all
what's
these
his name? Mo Bamba or whatever
not Mo Bamba, the new one.
Oladipo?
No,
Oladipo.
Oladipo.
He's always that dude's just that dude's.
Bull.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Bull got drafted and he was injured. He can't stay on the court. All these lengthy, tall, big guys don't have the body to stay healthy. Why do you think Jokic is so soft and he's got meat on him? Is because it absorbs the impact.
Yep.
He doesn't get all muscly because
He looks
he's
too big. He's got one of those weird,
the
looks
doughiness.
stiff when he runs sometimes.
No, he's doughy. It's to absorb the impact.
Oh, doughy.
Yeah, he's doughy. Jokic.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
For an NBA player, he's fit.
All those
just
a
fine.
lot of big guys have.
He's not
trouble.
doughy like
A lot
I'm
of big
doughy.
guys have trouble staying healthy for sure. But I think the Spurs are going to keep him. I think the Spurs for their track record for their bigs, they had what's his name?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan, and before that, Robinson.
Yep. Who didn't stay healthy?
Yep. But they I think they're searching for that big that they can try to keep on their roster and build up,
Wemby is
and
not the one.
We'll see.
Not the one, yeah.
I
At
think.
least not at the Spurs.
Yeah, I think the Spurs got really lucky with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's not too big,
Right.
but big enough, and he was fundamentally sound enough
yeah.
that he didn't need the athleticism to be good.
And he had the
You
big
can't get an
three.
athletic
He had the
big.
big three though. Pretty much the entire time that he was winning championships, Tony Parker and Ginobili,
Yeah.
and Tim Duncan.
For sure.
They had their team.
That helps.
Their team was stacked. That was in the early LeBron stages in Cleveland, and that was when I lived in San Antonio. I remember that. That was amazing.
You can't discount Tim Duncan though by saying he had Tony Parker. And
No, you can't. 'cause
Manu
he's-
Ginobili.
No, he was.
He's an MVP.
He was by all means one of the best players that the Spurs has seen.
He's in my top 10 for best players all time.
But yeah, that
What position did he play? This is a large debate. What is his? If you were going to put him into the Hall of Fame, and you had to state a position, because he changed the All-Star method because they just found a way to get him in there by sticking him in. What position did he play?
center.
You're wrong.
I figured I was wrong.
Tim Duncan is a power forward.
Yeah.
All you Tim Duncan was a center guys. Hate you all.
I don't recall.
Tim Duncan was a center.
No.
They had that Doris Blair or whatever, or
Boris Diaw.
Boris Diaw. He
Diaw.
played power forward.
He spent some time on the Celtics as well.
The old Boston Celtics.
It's a great team. It's a great franchise.
It's an annoying franchise and team.
How we got here, I will answer your question. I do think the Celtics do win. I do think it takes 7 games.
Yeah, I could see them winning in 7 for sure.
And it's really hard to predict.
I think the Celtics are more well-rounded.
Yeah, I do. And I think that's how we pull it off is they have a few nights where somebody's off shooting, which is what they need because Jimmy Butler can't do it by himself.
Right.
You got a lot of production, especially in that second quarter by Kyle Lowry, hitting 2 straight threes, hitting like 13 points in like 7 minutes.
That was crazy.
No
Yeah.
Tyler Hero.
No
That was
Tyler
crazy.
Hero. So
he got broken hand.
yeah.
Something like that.
he's
So he
out with the hand.
has a chance of sneaking into the finals
If they
if
pull
they
it
make
through.
it. Yeah. But the Western Conference is really close. Like Jokic is
wanna
a fucking problem.
That was insane.
Nobody can cover
First
Jokic.
quarter
Lakers are gonna
rebounds,
take
like,
it.
Yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
bruh.
Jokic is just built different.
the
And
AD and LeBron, who's playing like LeBron prime.
yeah.
I'd like to see the Lakers be in the finals for sure.
Are they playing right now as we speak?
Yes. The Western Conference Finals should
A
be on right
fucking
now.
score.
I do think that Denver is a phenomenal team, and it's going to be
5-0.
really hard to beat them. But I do think the Lakers pull it off,
I think so too.
and I want it to be that way.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a Celtics Lakers
The
finals.
Nuggets are good, though.
There's a lot of history in a Celtics
sure.
Lakers finals, and they have a slight edge because of LeBron going there and getting his COVID championship.
You know, if the Celtics play the Lakers in the finals, the Celtics are winning the finals for sure.
I sure hope so. I think it's easier to find a way to cover LeBron and AD, who will be exhausted because they're coming off the most
Yeah.
basketball
Yeah.
they've played all
I think the
season
Celtics.
Yep.
than it is to take on a getting better somehow
Right.
Jokic. He's just a beast.
I could see the Heat maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
But yeah, that's the thing.
For ESPN to be like they have a 9% chance or some shit like that.
Dude, that's the thing is
ridiculous.
they
It's not that. It's not
the
that
Heat
much.
caught the Bucks on their heels, and I don't think it'll be that easy against the Celtics. But
Bam Adebayo's not
game
a
one,
bad player.
game one was a little like I was stunned a little bit after game one.
Bam
Yeah.
also shot really well.
And
they
then
had
Vincent-
a really good
Bam
plan.
Adebayo's a
Vin-
G.
and
Yeah,
Vincent's a shooter. If he goes off, it's really hard to guard him. And
Yeah.
you just never know. It's basketball.
Yeah,
It's a
they
game
got
of runs.
really good
That's why they
shooting
go
from
in the
Vincent,
series.
Struce, and
Hopefully that-
Caleb Martin. Like those 3 guys don't normally all shoot well. So there were
they did at the
45
same time,
point
and they
third
did
quarter.
all at the same time.
I'd give the Heat like a 35% chance of winning.
I think
where
that's
I
fair.
put them at. I
They're-
think that's fair.
Jimmy Butler drags a lot of attention, and you're going to have a lot of wide open 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
And if they hit their shots,
Yep.
any game can be theirs.
Yeah, I think ESPN's tripping on this one. I think it takes more than 5 games for sure.
Yeah, I do.
But the Celtics do like to beat MVPs, so
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Nate had to go to the bathroom now too. We just found our inner Nate Diaz. Who do you think will win that one, Nate Diaz or Jake Paul?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, yeah. He's
probably Jake Paul.
But if it's somebody younger than him, then he struggles. I've noticed.
I think Jake Paul wins just because it's Jake Paul's show, and I'm not saying it's like scripted or anything like that. I just think like
boxing is kind of sketchy.
I just think that like Jake Paul is trying so hard to be the legitimate boxer that he is. In all reality, he is a legitimate boxer. He trains just as much as any other boxer, and he's dedicated and everything. He's trying to put on all these events, and he's giving people worlds of money just to fight him. So like you got to give him props there, but it's like, I mean, he's not fighting a boxer.
Right.
He's fighting an MMA fighter.
An MMA.
Oh, are we talking about Nate Diaz, Jake Paul? Sick.
He's not fighting a boxer.
Nate Diaz.
So I think he's
Nate
winning
Diaz's
that fight.
style
As a
in
boxer,
the
he's winning.
MMA octagon, his style is boxing. Like he is like a boxing.
He's got a
MMA.
lot of submissions though, dude.
He does. He does
Yeah.
for sure.
So
But he's a brawler.
There's a difference between boxing and if I'm standing, I'm gonna box you. But I know that if I run into trouble, I can take you down.
Right.
Like you look for
You stand in the
openings
pocket a
while
little,
boxing
yeah.
in the MMA rather than just.
I would
boxing.
say Nate
Right,
Diaz has.
you might shoot for a takedown, get a little leg kick in there. All this,
Your
all that.
vision's completely different.
For sure.
I would say Nate Diaz is
Nate Diaz is not going to get
Top-
knocked out.
top 20 best boxing in the UFC ever.
Yeah.
He has
in the UFC.
so
He's the kind of
good-
guy that wants to get hit so that he can come back and hit you twice.
Yeah, he's a sniper.
His
for
main
sure.
coach, I forget what his name is. I think it's a Gracie.
But-
Is a boxing coach.
But we're talking like Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz in a boxing match. Like I just think with it being Jake Paul's show and everything, and I just think Jake Paul's gonna win.
I think he's got age.
Yeah, so Jake Paul's definitely a legit boxer now.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah,
I think he got a little tired against Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
And you could see skill-wise that Tommy Fury was definitely a couple levels above him.
He was quicker.
But Tommy Fury's a professional boxer.
I'm furious. Yeah,
He's a legit boxer. And so for him to be even hang in there and go to decision, I think speaks miles for him.
Absolutely.
And what he's been doing for training. I think Nate Diaz still gets it done solely on cardio.
I was just gonna say that.
And them ladder
that might.
runs.
Yeah,
That's his one thing that Jake is probably not expecting is the fact that
This old man
Nate's
can go
got
12
a chin.
rounds.
He's got a chin. He's gonna. So that's the only thing
You're
that
gonna
I'm worried
exhaust
about.
yourself thinking you're about to end it, and somehow Nate's gonna get up, and you're gonna be like, "I'm
Yeah.
exhausted now."
Yeah.
You
I
know
just
when-
threw
I could
7
see-
haymakers at this kid.
I could see that too. I could see it going that way too.
What I'm worried about is, when. So this is technically Nate's first professional boxing match, I think.
That's why.
So they're gonna call it way faster than it would be Canelo versus Mayweather. They're gonna, and sometimes when somebody will get dropped for a second, they'll stand back up, and the ref's still counting.
Yep.
It's like, dog, they're up, but you got to do all this other
gotta-
shit.
Like whatever.
I'm
Rob
afraid
say,
that
repeat
Nate's
what I
gonna
say
get
or something like that. Yeah.
Jake could get a knockdown on Nate, and I'm just hoping the ref doesn't just call it right there. Like they need to at least count. If they don't count, it's fucking bullshit. Because they didn't count
I just hope it doesn't turn into like the Conor Floyd boxing fight. Like that was a little like it was fine, but it was just like
They didn't even let him go on his feet or get out. He was just against the ropes getting hit. And
I just
was-
rewatched that.
It was a little like
Connor was smacking him at first, and then he ran out of gas.
Yeah,
the most damage
And
anybody's
it was-
done to Floyd
that's Floyd's
Mayweather.
game.
Yeah.
He will run from you until you're
Yeah,
tired,
and
and,
that's
then he'll
Connor's
tag
game
you all
too.
night.
That's
Yeah.
Connor's game too. Empty the fucking tank and try to
Yeah.
knock someone out.
Yeah, they'll probably fight again.
so I hope it doesn't turn into something like that. I don't expect it will, but just because, like we were talking about, is Nate Diaz's like stamina, but
Cardio, stamina,
Right.
monster.
but I don't know. I don't see any Nate Diaz boxing besides with MMA gloves, and that's not really boxing.
No, so we'll find
We'll
out.
see.
We're gonna see a lot of. I feel
I
like
don't think gloves makes that big of a difference.
it
Like
doesn't.
real boxing.
You're gonna see a
gloves.
lot of that slap action.
Yeah, that's
You might
the thing.
can you
Yeah,
hit with your palm.
Right, yeah.
In a boxing match, I don't know.
like
Just
open hand,
Stockton
like you
slap.
can't.
No
the
Stockton
Stockton
slap.
slap don't work with a
Ah.
boxing glove, dude.
You can if you get
How's-
like the.
How's he gonna?
the
finger-
wrist, or
the
he's
finger
gonna hit
parts.
him with his wrist and like
How's he
knock
gonna
him
flip
out.
him
It's
off?
gonna be like a no contest or something.
They got a little hole for his middle finger.
Yeah, he's just gonna put the glove out. Like you know what's under there.
Right.
Somebody's
He's
gonna
be
meme that.
pointing at him, and it's gonna be just like a boxing glove. So
gotta, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I like Nate Diaz is a fucking riot.
Dude,
He's so
One of
cool.
the funniest people on like not necessarily himself on social media, just what you see of him is just like,
Yeah.
And he's not trying.
dude,
That's just who he is.
Yeah.
Back in January, I was sick. Like, got some sort of like really bad bug. I was out of work for like 4 or 5 days, and I watched every Rocky movie and every Creed movie, and I just wanted to play Fight Night so bad. Like, boxing
was a
is a
good
cool
game.
ass sport.
What before we wrap it up, are you playing any games here right now?
Playing any games
Like
here
you just
right
said,
now?
the MLB, the 2K.
Yeah, so right now I'm playing WWE in my free time, but I play mostly Call of Duty.
Oh shit, you a Warzone guy or?
I play some Warzone. Duo's gun game is like really big right now.
Gun game.
Interesting.
Duo's gun game.
It's called Gunfight. But yeah, you get every round it's a new gun. And
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like the Gulag, right?
pretty much, yeah. It's a duo versus duo. First duo to eliminate the other duo gets
Gotcha.
the point. It's first to 5 or 6.
They've had that before. And what was the game?
I
It
should
was a
listen.
Call of Duty game, but I can't remember. It was a past one. And
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, 2v2s were.
Yeah, I'll have to add you. But so we like to. Is anybody else? We good? We're at an hour now.
we're
I'm
about
good.
All right, so we like to end our episodes on shout outs. Also, let's promote your podcast. It'll be linked in the description, but where can we find you, and who do you want to shout out?
Yeah, the Chicago Bears Den podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all major podcast listening. We're not on YouTube yet, but maybe Nate can share back some advice on how to get a good video set up. And then I got articles over at bearsinsider.com. So
Yeah,
if you ever
you told
want
me
to
that.
read what I do instead of listen to me talk, if something about this voice annoys the shit out of you, I also
Oh,
write.
you got the voice. You got the voice.
You got a great podcast voice.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So on that note, y'all know the drill. Treat others how you want to be treated, and yeah, peace.
Shout out today.
Shout out.
Shout out today.